Welcome in, everyone, and back to the Cool Cat Gang. We are here with an any percent show race, BusterDoggy versus Speed. My name is Nurse Allison Rose. How's everyone?
Doing good. I am J Salmon07. Um, Nice to see the two racers coming in. We got Speed 59 runner, very good, going in for that 58, and we got Buster Doggy, who is second place in the entire world with 57.34. So it should be a very interesting race to watch with both of these racers.
Yes, I am very excited about that. Buster recently overtook Mitch for second place on the leaderboard, and that is a place where not a lot of people have been, especially in the past couple of years.
Mhm.
Precisely two people have been in the last few years.
Yeah,
So
very amazing seeing that Buster finally overtake Mitch. And interested to see how far he goes. Maybe gunning for that 56. Gonna try to bop Tyrone, get the world record. That'd be very amazing to watch, as Tyrone has had the world record for over a year by now. It's been quite a while.
yes, it has been quite a while for sure. We're just getting everything set up here, and we will put on the show. We're just getting a little pre-game typing in coordination, and after that, we will see both these amazing runners show us what they're best at.
Yep. It'll be interesting to watch. With Speed, obviously not having as good of a PB, probably not going for as intensive strats as Buster. So it'll be super interesting to see the different comparisons between both of their movement. Buster going to be going for maybe the more trickier, faster movement. That's going to save time in the long run. So it should be interesting to see if Buster makes mistakes and Speed's able to capitalize on those and maybe make up some time and get ahead.
Well, there are essentially two schools of thought from Speed's point of view. One is you do what you're consistent at and you try and get the best time possible. And two is you go for broke and you do every strat that you've even half tried and then hope that it all comes together into one good run.
For sure, yeah. Speed, generally, he's a pretty consistent runner, I'd say. I mean, having such good PB as like a 59 or even like a 57, you need to be pretty consistent at every single movement. So we could be seeing some of those like really advanced crazy strats going that Speed's been working up, saving in the back. It'd be very cool to watch.
Speed is no stranger to pulling in good runs in a live race scenario. He actually PB'd during one of the races that I commentated for him.
I
And it
do
was
remember that.
it was almost sub hours 10001.
Oh, I think it was pacing or sub-hour pacing the pillars, right?
It was the sub hour pace more died at Mooncave Skip.
Oh, right, yeah. I wasn't able to watch, unfortunately, but I heard about it. It sounded very entertaining.
It was from me.
Yeah.
It was for me for sure because obviously I couldn't really see the split, so I didn't know what his comparison was, but I knew it was pretty close and definitely could be possible.
Yeah. That's insane. Getting PBs in races are so difficult. I think we did see a PB earlier today in the one of the 7 star, I think the randomizer race. We saw a PB. So that was very cool to watch.
Hog.
Well, these runners doing left side, and we're seeing two different left sides. Buster with doing a dive vault, whereas Speed is opting for the triple jump. But it's about the same speed. It's mostly preference. I think dive vault, if you do it, it's easier to do it more, or it's harder to do more optimally, and saves a little more time over doing the triple. It's very cool to watch the two separate triple or left sides.
I was gonna say I think the dive vault's slightly faster. Buster is maybe like a half a second ahead, if that, right now.
Yeah, very close right now.
But you know, it's just Cap, and
Mhm.
you know, there's really not much to say about Cap. It's basically the first 2.5 minutes that you just have to get through.
Yeah, but getting into Cascade, and here is where things might get a little more interesting if these runners want to go for DSS. Kind of skip. You basically you'll see it'll do jump up a wall. It's pretty crazy. Some
Yeah, I mean, they're
superior.
both definitely capable of it and would be doing it in PB attempts for
Hmm.
sure. However, you know, in this type of show race scenario, they might go for it and they might not. So,
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Looks pretty synced right now. That was a very in tune cutscene.
yeah, pretty much frame for frame right now.
All right, let's see if
Nope.
no, neither of them are going for DSS. So if you were to, you would just you would turn the other direction, and there's a giant wall, and there's a tiny little kind of space that you can stand on, and you need to jump like pretty much. It's like a couple like it's very I don't know like units I guess wide. It's a very small window that these runners will usually go for. You can watch a PB attempt of them, and it saves about 10 seconds, and you basically just get to the Madame Breed a lot faster.
Yep, definitely faster, also definitely harder. Dino Skip is very consistent. Runners have been doing it since the very beginning, and there is an argument that it was actually known about, not necessarily intended by the game devs, but at least they knew it was possible.
Yeah, jumping off the trampoline is with a giant T-Rex is kind of crazy when you really think about it.
Not as crazy as climbing a wall like a sheep.
Yeah, there's a couple of crazy things in Cascade that go on.
I mean, Buster is maybe 1 second ahead right now.
Yeah, it's very close so far. We'll see if Buster or Speed go for chest clip. Slightly faster. It saves about like 1 to or 0.5 seconds to 1.
Definitely well within their scope.
Mm-hmm.
Buster is going for it. Speed is going for it. That looks like it's gonna work.
Looks like they both got it. Oh no, Speed just not quite
A
high
little bit
enough.
low. Lucky
Yeah,
for him, he did back it up pretty well.
yeah, that was a clean backup. Didn't lose too much.
Now we're powering the Odyssey and moving into Sand. Sand is one of the kingdoms that have changed the most significantly within recent any percent routing, and that is because of the platform clip in the ruins area, which have our any percent runners changing up their route a little bit and, you know, changing it up.
Yeah, saves about 5 seconds. Not too difficult. I feel like the harder part is more it's not you have to like clip using a platform that's on a cycle, and it's the cycle is mostly based off of your camera, and sometimes it's a little tricky to get like the camera like minifying the camera so the platform goes where you want it to and saving the full 5 seconds. Might as well be seeing in town a little different routing as well, with Buster probably going for reverse town,
Oh, for
whereas
sure.
Speed maybe going for the normal route. Yep. Yep. So yeah, Buster doing shoot, what's it called? Employees.
Employees only.
Yeah. Sometimes I just kind of forget the names. It's so scrambled up.
Yeah, I mean, when they're in Chinese, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
With the reverse town route, you do have to be a little bit faster, and it is a little bit of a different DSTA offset. So you can't really change your mind in the middle of Cascade or something if you're going to do reverse town or not, because you'd have to set your offset differently for it to work. Buster doing the down throw there to keep himself up, showing off his Joy-Con use.
Joy-Cons are the technically optimal controller. It barely saves any time in any percent. I know in like all purple coins, it saves a lot more. But any percent, there's like only 1 or 2 areas where you can actually like save time using them.
Controllers for majority of categories are just runner preference. You know, whatever works for them and is more comfortable for them. However, any really top level or even mid-level runner will be playing on either Joy-Cons or a Pro controller, as third-party controllers don't have motion controls, which are really necessary for this game.
For sure, yeah. I think Speed uses Pro Controller, so he unfortunately is not getting the option to the down throws, but it's not that big of a deal, like I said.
Even in the main board category, all moons are 100%. There are a few places where Joy-Cons can be optimal, but overall it's really not that big of a deal. And some runners will even just have a pair of Joy-Cons sitting on their desk or something that are connected. Use it for those optimal moments.
Oh, actually, I completely forgot about Dark Side, where with the Dark Side skips, literally saving like a minute and a half in Dark Side using the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, there is a way to do it with a Pro controller, however, it's much harder and it's slower.
Yeah.
So unless...
Unfortunately, you're in... Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say, unless you're really stuck on using a Pro con.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't be seeing Dark Side today, unfortunately. That's not part of the main game.
Buster there had a good setup, good time. Ooh, Speed was just slightly too slow to make that platform cycle, and he ended up getting kind of clipped back upwards instead of into the wall where he wanted to go.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive on the cycle.
Well, he was just a little bit too slow, is what I was saying. Like,
Oh,
he needed,
yeah.
like, a little bit more time.
Fair enough, yeah.
Say hello to the sheep, and then bust on out of there.
Yeah, both runners. Buster's a little ahead, but Speed is only like about like 15 or 10 seconds behind. So definitely you can make it up. Especially in Lake Kingdom with Lake Clip. The big trick can be pretty annoying if you mess it up. So we'll see if Buster makes any mistakes with Lake Clip and Speed can catch up.
I mean, Lake Clip wouldn't really be the place where I would expect him to mess up the most, as it's been around for so long. But, you never know.
Yeah,
And
there's
now I'm
also
just gonna commentators curse him into
exactly, yeah.
messing it up, so I apologize in advance.
There's also I'm sure Buster might go for long jump late clip where you only do a single cap throw, and it's a lot more of a it's kind of tight of it's a little more awkward and a little more tight of inputs to do.
So that was like second try, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I think the first one might have been I think it looked good to me. It might have been a fake clip. I wasn't paying too much attention.
It could have been, or Buster may have just not felt entirely confident in it and
Yeah.
didn't want to risk the time wasted in messing it up. There's another down throw there, ladies and gentlemen, down to the Cheap Chief.
Yeah, Speed also did get the first try late clip. So it might have saved like a little time, like maybe a second or so. So small catch-ups like that are what's gonna probably maybe save Speed the run too. Just capitalizing on Buster's minor errors and playing those parts successfully is how he's trying to win this race.
Buster, very clean movement throughout Lake, only that little tiny snafu on Lake Clip, but otherwise has been moving like a pro.
Mhm.
Really nothing very noteworthy happened during, like, for either of our gamers here. They both
Yeah, for
played a
sure.
good
That was
kingdom and
very, very clean lake, yeah.
not really giving us much to criticize.
Well, if there's any kingdom where things are gonna go wrong, probably gonna be this one wooded kingdom. Very tricky kingdom. There's so much that can go wrong. You can fall into deep woods, you can miss a checkpoint and go all the way back to the very beginning when you're like halfway through. It's just a bunch of really bad things that can go wrong. You can get soft locked, there's a soft lock point as well. It's just a terrible kingdom for races.
Oh, what it is definitely a place where runs go to die, for sure.
Yeah, yep.
Uh,
Everyone has had their fair share of runs dying tragically here.
Definitely, you get out of sand and then you think you're doing okay, and then bam! Something terrible happens in wooded, and then that all goes away. A speed of 200 coins already, damn.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where he got all those coins.
I know the Sphinx gives quite a few coins.
I guess he must have grabbed
In the vault,
his
yeah.
son. I guess I wasn't paying attention for his coins until now. I was making sure he had enough, and then I was like, oh damn, he's got double enough.
Oh, Buster missed Nutclip. Oh, jeez. That's surprising. Wow.
It doesn't even look like he tried to save it or anything. He just kind of knew he was damned, and then
That's very surprising. Buster usually very consistent at Nutclip.
yeah, that's a big time loss for him for sure.
Speed is getting it. Yeah, I probably lose like about like
No, he's
25.
not. You cursed him. He
Wait,
didn't get it.
no way! I thought that shadow was for sure working. What? Never mind. Dude,
This is a big set for both gamers. Damn.
yeah. Very unfortunate.
Buster did back it up about as well as you can. Um, However, that's like a 20-second time loss.
Especially since as well, you get a little moon inside when you're out of bounds, and you can't get it if you don't clip in, or if you don't clip in. So you have to get a story moon instead, which is very slow. Cutscenes are super slow in this category. You try to avoid them as much as possible.
Right, the game does not want you to be in that area yet, so the tanks are not there to break the wall in order to get them in the intended way until you beat the boss. Well, the first boss, I should say.
Yeah, this is the story moon you'd normally be skipping. Instead, you'd be able to jump to like the platforms kind of over there and just skip. Well, I guess you do it anyway with Flower Road skip, skipping the P switch, I guess, and that spawns a Flower Road instead of just jumping all the way across.
I mean, you can still skip the Flower Road from getting the moon like you see Buster doing here, but the setup is a little bit quicker. You don't need to get it. Basically, in any percent, you'll see these runners skip as many story moons as humanly possible. They are slow, they have cutscenes attached to them, and really almost any story moon that isn't required for your as minimal story progression as possible or for moon count is not going to be included.
There's very few in the runs now. It's like, are there even like any really like non-required story moons? I'm trying to think. Oh, Snow Kingdom, right. I think it's just Snow you get story moons, because there's so few moons in Snow already. Kind of have to get story moons.
Yeah, and pre-piece. If you beat the Bound Bowl, then you get a lot of moons, but Bound Bowl is very slow too, so. Love watching runners do flooded pipeways. I don't
It's
know. It's
very
just one of those sub areas that I just love to watch because when it's clean, it looks so good.
Buster not doing it quite as clean as you'd hope, but
However, his backup was really fast.
hopefully Speed does it a little better. Nice. Yeah, besides missing Nut Clip and the little trip up from Buster and Stewart's, that was a very clean wooded overall. Um, got a lot of the tricky parts without mistake. It was really just Nut Clip that kind of messed them both up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of them would categorize their what it is clean just simply because they missed Nut Clip. So they would
Yeah.
both probably say that it was a bad kingdom, if you asked. But however, top level speedrunners are notoriously critical of their own runs, so. Ooh, nice cloud boost. That's another mean thing that I like to watch. Very satisfying.
Buster getting that hint art, because you need the coins for shopping in future kingdoms. You're actually, it saves a second over getting the hint art in Metro Kingdom, because, well, it's during a Bowser cutscene, so you don't have to really worry about losing time.
Speed missed it, which is not a huge deal. It's only like a 1 second time loss that you have to get it in Metro. But it
200
is,
coins too, so
yes,
he might be
like I
fine
was
anyway.
mentioning earlier in Wooded that he had 200, so.
If he does Spiritless though, he might be running short on coins. That's the only problem.
I guess we'll see what happens.
Both runners moving on to Lost. Buster actually has the fastest ever Lost Kingdom done. He has Lost Console. It's like a 200.2. It's super close to sub 2 Lost.
Damn.
Maybe he'll get it today. You never know.
Well, I can already tell that he's not gonna get comps of Lost, so. In this run at least. But. Lost is a very rapid-paced kingdom, very small, high concentration of moons. With good movement, it can be a very clean, satisfying kingdom, but when not, it can be brutal and punishing.
Yeah, I think you get all of the moons in like under a minute or something. Like all 10 moons. It's crazy fast. Buster doing cage triple and Speed doing reverse retrieval. The two real tricks, I guess, in Lost.
Sorry, I just panicked for Buster.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm fine. Don't mind me, everyone. I apologize for yelling.
I don't think it picked up, at least on my end, but thankfully.
I did a little bit of an but it's okay. Given how big Metro is, this kingdom is not super trick heavy, at least in any percent.
That is
So,
true, actually, yeah.
you know, you'd think, you know, we have to get 20 moons, We have a required boss fight. It would be lots of tricks, lots of drama, but it's really not.
Yeah. It's more of an annoying kingdom, I think. It's pretty easy to lose time. There's quite a bit of RNG in Night Metro, which can be very annoying. There's not much in the entire speedrun, thankfully, but like Metro has pretty much the bulk of it.
I mean, if you move into World Peace or some of the other longer categories, there is the pipe clip down to in the sewer section. That's not really used in any percent. So yeah, it's traversing a big kingdom and movement, but there really isn't a lot of high intensity tricks. Speed got a bad cycle there on that elevator, had to wait it out. Lost about 2 seconds there.
Yeah. Doing Goomba Heck, a little bit of a crazy trick.
I think, it's less crazy than the name implies. In my opinion. I mean, this is kind of like just a long jump and then a spin throw.
Both runners in Wiggler. This is the main RNG part of Metro. Because it's like 40 different patterns that the Mech Wigglers can take. And some of them are very convenient. Like this one was pretty good for Buster, I think. But there are others where the Wiggler loops over and over itself like 5 times, and it's like super difficult to hit all of the little, I don't know what you call them, the segments. But
Yeah,
thankfully
you
Buster
could
got,
call it that.
yeah. Buster got good RNG, hopefully Speed gets the same. Yeah, like those like loops, it's pretty annoying because it gets like kind of really messed up if you hit in it. Luckily, Speed was able to handle it well, and actually, it was probably a faster Wiggler than Buster.
I mean, Speed's shooting was probably better than Buster's there. Speed didn't really miss any segments, but Buster did, and he had to go back for them, even though he had a better pattern.
Mhm.
Very good flip there from BusterDoggy. That clip is required to use motion controls to get, so it can be funny to watch people do. Same from Speed, good clip.
Yep, doing the same, no problem.
And heading over to the most wholesome moon in the game, which is of course Bench Friends. This guy is very lonely, he just wants a friend, and if you sit next to him, he will give you a moon for free.
I love Bench Friends. S tier moon.
Buster's not going to get a 57 2x because he missed that clip.
Yeah,
Hate to break it
unfortunately,
to
his
you.
best possible time is probably like high. I'd say like a low 58 right now. I can't tell obviously, but just guessing off how the run is going, I'd say around there.
I would be inclined to agree with you.
Oof, almost getting hit by the bullet bill in bullet building. He almost crashed into it.
He's fine. I was never worried. Oh, well, I guess you were right on that BPT.
Oh, nice.
So Buster's right over the pool where this hint art is that he does not need because he got the one in Cloud.
I'm kind of interested to see if Speed gets the hint art because he does have 100 or 129 coins. I don't know if he'll have enough. Because you need to
If he
get 2
get
more shop moons, and each are 200 or 100 coins a pop.
Unless he's doing a normal luncheon, he doesn't need the
Oh
shop.
yeah, of course, yeah. It
He
is
got the
opting
hint
for a
art.
hint art. So that means he probably is going for Spiritless Luncheon as well.
Oh yeah, that was a Metro, all right.
That was a
It
Metro.
occurred, and now it's done.
These are pretty solid exits for both runners. Sub 30 Metro exit is typically about mid to low 100 pace, maybe even sub-hour pace if you get low enough. These are pretty good runs both runners have going. Speed saying he has a 5910 BPT, meaning that the PB is still possible if he plays 9 seconds off Bob. You never know. Maybe
PB
we'll
still
see.
possible. Copium still possible.
Buster getting a crazy roll on the slope. This outside movement is very annoying. There's a lot of random slopes that can just like make your rolls go flying. It's pretty crazy.
You also have to deal with the wind. There's ice patches. It's not very fun.
I just don't like snow as a whole as a kingdom. It's just like really annoying. I feel like it's built super weird, having like an outside area and then like an inside as well. It's just like really weird as a kingdom.
Unique, and it's one of the only areas that has the piece component be like not a boss.
Yeah.
Speed missed that clip there. Not a huge deal.
Mm-mm.
Small times lost.
I'm actually kind of impressed with how Speed is doing. Facing a runner with almost a PB 2 minutes better is pretty daunting, but he's come out here, he's doing pretty good honestly overall.
For sure. I mean, he's been putting up a good race the whole way. He's not letting himself fall behind super far. He's been keeping up pace pretty well. Buster's movement scared me there a little on that triple jump because his spacing. He was right on the edge. But it's fine. He got it. I shouldn't have doubted. Like pipe suck. Forgive me, I'm a nerd for pipe sucks. And roll cancel bounces.
Buster is moving on to what is known as the hardest trick jump in the game, Snowdram. It is believed to be a 4-frame window. Very difficult trick. We'll see if Buster gets it. Oh, messing up the vault.
Didn't like his setup there, so opted to just bail on it.
What? Oh, I can't believe it. Buster just did the hardest trick jump in the game.
Crazy. I'm completely shocked.
Will Speed do it too? Oh, same
I mean,
mistake.
his profile picture is literally Snowdram, so...
Oh!
Oh, that's the worst. Bailing on it like Buster did loses time for sure, but not as much time as hitting the edge like Speed did.
Fortunately, bonking on that loses like 20 seconds. It's a very big time loss. So Speed falling quite a bit behind Buster now.
That's a bummer to see, for sure.
Definitely, yeah. It's not too common you see runners like Speed and Buster ever miss Snowdram. It is not. I lied. Actually, it is not the hardest trick jump in the game. It's kind of surprised to see how.
Can't believe you lied to me.
I'm sorry.
It's not like I couldn't tell or anything, but no. But in real terms, it is definitely not the hardest trick jump. However, speedrunners and trick jumpers are not often the same school of people. So, while trick jumpers can pull off some pretty amazing stuff, speedrunners don't often do a lot of crazy trick jumps.
Buster is doing fish dip or fish and clip or
fish and dips. Fish and dips.
There's like 20 different names that people have come up for it.
Fish and dips is the most common term.
I think my favorite term is the local clip for fish dip.
The way that you say it, it just throws me off because everyone that I'm around always calls it fish and dips.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone I talk to calls it fish dip.
Not a super hard clip to get, however, you only get one try.
Oh,
so.
Clipped in. That's very unfortunate.
Rough. Why you see runners using the Cheep Cheep here is because swimming with Mario is dead slow. Mario just like crawls through the water. It's an absolute pain. So you want to be in a capture as much time as physically possible while swimming.
Both runners kind of making their way into Luncheon Kingdom. This is, I'd say it's probably the second most easiest kingdom to mess up in a race setting, because you got Spiritless, who do a little bit of a tiny trick jump to skip the Spirit boss, and it saves a lot of time because, like you said, Story Moon is very slow, but yeah, it makes them a lot less moons available. So it's a little harder to get the moons, but overall it saves about 10, I've heard, 10 to 11 seconds over doing the spear fight.
So the trick jump you just saw Buster do around the arena here, while it is the first step, is definitely not the hardest part. Because of that skip that he did, a lot of the kingdom components are not there, like Jay said, and crucially, the lava bubbles are also not here, which makes you forced to do some crazy jumps over the lava, damage boost, invisible blocks, everything like that in order to be able to navigate throughout the kingdom. I was worried but for Buster there for a second because it didn't look like he was well set up for that last part of the casino, but he did it fine. I'm not sure if that was luck or if that was skill or what, but
It's like Speed also opting for Spiritless, kind of messing up a little bit, a little funky. He is doing the same.
just not super surprising.
Yeah.
But you can certainly get like even a 58 without it. Normally that area that Buster was over, you'd be able to take a lava bubble and just traverse through, but since he didn't fight Spirit, they're not there, forcing him to damage boost, going all the way down to 1 health.
Now he's bringing a turnip back, and doing both of these turnips get 2 kind of fast moons.
When you do Spiritless Luncheon, your moon pool is very small. So getting the amount of moons that you need to leave makes it difficult. So a lot of these moons that they're doing not just because they're fast, just because they're available.
Yeah, like for example, Shop is a pretty slow moon because of all the like the cutscene talking to the dude. But so yeah, slow moons, but don't have much choice.
Coming up here is one of the hardest parts of Spiritless, for Buster at least, will be the invisible block jump.
This is definitely where, if anything's gonna go wrong in Spiritless, it's usually gonna be with this.
Looks good so far.
Yep, just finding an
Nailed it.
invisible block. Have to memorize where those are. It's really awkward.
Yeah,
Buster
not
got it
only do you
down.
have to know where those are, is you have to get a very good triple jump, and you have to activate those jumps without getting your cap too far away from you, and you have to be able to land on those jumps after activating them. So, it's tricky.
I was like synced to the moon ticks. Different moons, unfortunately, though.
And Speed is definitely not social distancing in the shop there. He's standing on the counter right next to the shopkeeper's face. Buster's going for his final move here in Luncheon. This timer challenge.
Missing Cappy.
Okay, Speed's invisible block.
Nice.
Got it as well. So that was pretty good. Buster, you saw him kind of debating whether or not to go back for his cap at the Scarecrow or to just wait until the Odyssey until it came back from him. It looked like he was kind of indecisive over what he wanted to do there. Because Cappy will eventually come back for you after the timer runs out, but if you jump on the Scarecrow's head, it'll come back to you quicker.
Now moving on to some people would call an auto scroller, Ruined Kingdom. You fight the big Dark Souls dragon. And it's pretty slow.
Yep, it's a required kingdom. You have to beat it in every run of the game. You're kind of stuck in this arena with 4 free health, which makes it pretty hard to die. And the cycles, you can not speed them up very much. So we're just kind of stuck here for like 2.5 minutes, and we're just gonna sit here and twiddle our thumbs until it's over. Ruined is your favorite kingdom, Saren? What, are you a big Dark Souls fan, or what? Some runnels will just bounce around the kingdom, like Buster's doing. Some will play with the little Captain Toad that's in the kingdom for the hint art. You know, whatever they can do to kill their time. If you're doing all moons or 100%, you'll cap throw farm during this time. But that's not needed in any percent. You weren't prepared to defend your position. Okay. Why don't you get back to me in like a week on that with a 2-page paper, APA 7th edition style, 12-point font, double-spaced, with a cover page and references. And what is this kingdom most useful for, VGR? Can you explain to me that? Shoutouts. Fair. Fair. I don't know if this works, but exclamation mark runners or racers? Go give them a follow. Buster has been grinding recently. Recently got 2nd place, like we said earlier. So definitely give BusterDoggy a follow. Speed, also give him a follow as well. You want to watch top tier Odyssey gaming, you follow them. Right, Jay?
Yep. Very, very fun streams to watch. Watching the attempts instead of a one race. It's very different. It's kind of interesting to see how they act differently in their races compared to attempts. A lot more, I guess, a lot more aggressive movement in attempts. It's kind of cool to see the differences.
Well, in PB attempts, in any sub-hour level runner, they're going to have to be very particular about which ones they want to pursue. So any major mistake, both of them would have definitely reset after wooded in a normal PB attempt, if not before that.
So we got 2 more kingdoms left. First we got Bowser's, which Buster is currently in, and then you have Moon Kingdom, and then you zip out of the wire, and that's the run. So not too much longer. Buster on a pretty good pace. This is probably I'd say it's definitely sub-hour pace. Speed, he's also on a pretty good run. Not as amazing as Buster's. They're still doing good.
I'd say Speed is probably not on sub-hour pace.
Yeah.
But still a good run, nonetheless. this shard section is deviously hard. It looks a lot easier than it is. And Buster just he got the poke on that block the way he wanted it to. However, his cap did not home on the shard like he wanted, so that's why the moon didn't spawn.
Yeah, that's a very awkward moving because you have to like throw yourself between the two Pokeos that are trying to poke at you, and you have to focus on like 5 different things at once. It's pretty tricky. Is that working? I don't know if the Bowser Dram worked. Okay.
Of course it did. Of course it worked.
I need more faith in Buster.
Of course, you know, it's always gonna work. It's Buster we're talking about. Alright, Buster is here in Bunnies doing Zarbomba, a cool trick that is definitely intended, where this second bomb is just floating in the air, and you get to basically speed up Harriet's second cycle.
Yeah. It's pretty, I want to say recently discovered, but it really has been like over a year ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like over a year old, so.
Oh, time flies.
And given the, you know, hardness of tricks, it's definitely not super hard.
Yeah. It doesn't save too much. And doesn't, even if you go for it and miss it, doesn't lose very much. It's a pretty cool strat.
You know, I just love to have Miyamoto watch one of these runners play play a run and then watch them absolutely demolish his game. And be like, yes, I definitely did not intend that. So Buster is leaving Bunnies at the time Speed is arriving at Bunnies.
Speed going for Starbomba too. He didn't. Oh, but missed the bomb. I think that happens when you like when you hit them too close together. I think I'm not entirely sure, but both bombs break on Harriet, so you don't get the second one floating.
Which, you know, is unfortunate for the flashiness of the fact and the time, of course. However, it's really not that huge of a loss. Ooh, this blind jump. Oh, it's scary. Oh my god, he rolled right over the railing too.
Buster doing pipeless. Oh my god.
Oh man.
That was crazy.
You know, and if he would have died there too, that would be a big time loss.
that would definitely make the race a lot closer if he did.
Alright, so here on Mech, this is another place that we're doing it absolutely not intended. However, it's like mid-level hardness, I would say. Definitely not the hardest part.
The cool thing about Mech is, like, as you keep going, there's more and more, like, crazy things that you can do to add on. Like, Buster, he might be going for, new target acquired, which, he just skipped the cap throw entirely and just dived straight onto the Spewer in this final ball. This is the most difficult part, and Buster's got it easy, no problem.
GG Buster on that Mech, very clean. That's about as fast as you can do Mech. There isn't really a way to make it much faster that we know right now.
Oof. Speed close on that blind jump.
That part always scares me because, you know, these runners are masters of their camera. They always know exactly where it is. But anytime they have to dive somewhere where they can't see, that's, you know, a struggle. So Buster is leaving Moon here. Probably could get a high 58.
Yeah, gonna be exiting at 53.53, I think, which is so needs like a 506 moon in order to sub hour, which is it's difficult, but it's not impossible. Well, it's definitely something that Buster could do.
Speed had a little bit of trouble on the early part of the mech. Didn't fall off or any major time loss, just a teeny bit. And he did do the slower target acquired there, which is still definitely consistent and definitely fast.
Not quite as fast as skipping the capco completely.
Yes, Jay did robot for me for like a second.
Oh, sorry. My mic, it's kind of weird sometimes.
I mean, it was briefly, but you're fine now.
Okay, sweet.
So there is a trick called 2DSS that could happen at the end of this run. Buster is not a huge stan for 2DSS. I don't even think he does it in PB.
Yeah, 2DSS is very difficult. It saves about 7 seconds, but it's like possibly the hardest trick in the game.
Up there for sure. Buster doing the single wall on the Mooncave skip, which is harder but slightly faster.
Speed exiting Bowser's, unfortunately, at 55 minutes. Not going to be as quite as good of a run as I'm sure he was hoping for. Probably going to be like a 102, which is not great, obviously. 3 minutes off of speed.
I mean, maybe it could be a 101.
Wait. Oh, I don't know. Okay. I'm kind of out of it right now. I don't know why I thought. Yeah, it definitely could be a 101. I don't know why I said 102. I meant 101, I swear.
Okay. I'm just thinking, I'm like doing the math. I'm like, I'm sure he could 101 this.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it could probably 100.
Depending, I'm not sure what his normal moon split is. Buster can still definitely sub-hour. Could
Yeah, I don't think he's made
maybe...
any mistakes so far. That wouldn't let him sub-hour. Speed.
He's running
the
around a
flower.
little bit there. That single wall dump there with the vault, that kills me every
That was
time.
close. Oh my.
So Buster's like right on the verge of it being a 58. He's like, if he gets like a god tier escape, it could 58. But any like mistakes in the escape section will be a low 59.
True, actually, yeah. Dude, oh, I completely messed up both my times. I thought I was almost gonna be at 59, but no, this is almost 58. This is like barely 58 pace.
Yeah, when we were leaving Bowser's, I was saying like he's like right on the edge of it being 58, and you're like, oh, he's right on the edge of it being sub-hour. So I was like, are we like a minute off in our predictions?
Dude, I had the biggest brain fart ever. I don't know why. I just completely forgot the paces.
Yeah, Speed's dive onto that bridge scared me too. 100%. He made it work, but...
Ooh, 54 pillars to 58.
He could do it.
Yeah, that's very possible.
You can put some cat jams in the chat, or any affinity of jam or dance notes for this absolute banger of a song.
I like to stick to my Pepe D's normally.
Ooh, Buster's in a little trouble there on that pillar.
I don't know anymore. It's close.
Yeah, he might
I don't
not.
think it is. Nope.
He might not 58 anymore. He's having some trouble with his pillars.
Yeah. Ooh, it's so close. I don't think so though.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not 58. It's really close, but it's not.
Oh, 59 or 3. Jeez. That is so close.
GG's to Buster on that win, and
Yeah, for sure. Speed gonna close it out as well. Duty skip, easy, no problem at all. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a 1-0. Yeah, probably a 1-0 as well.
probably, yeah. Unless there's a big mistake.
It's also pretty good in their race, honestly. It's better than the 102 I was thinking it was gonna be earlier.
True.
Those are all hits, bro. That was crazy. Ooh. Those is very fun. Of course, we have the LeBron jams, the rat jams.
Only 24 hours left to sign up for the SMO any % open this year. Don't forget Swift off.
You can join these runners and many more at 80% open. Very exciting. GG's to speed as well. 1:00:55. Very solid. GG's to both runners.
G, heckin' G.
Let's see if either of them want to get in for an interview, talk about how their run went. What went good, what didn't. Probably what it didn't go well.
Both. We really, enjoy them taking the time to show off their skills for us.
Of course. Very impressive stuff from both runners. Like both runners are coming in for an interview shortly. Hold on real quick.
Welcome in, runners and racers. Thank you very much for your race. We'll start off with Buster taking the win. How do you feel about your run?
I'm honestly not too happy with my run because, like a minute and a half worse than my PB, so yeah, that's pretty far off sub. So I feel like I could have done a lot better.
What do you feel like were your strong components in this run?
I feel like everything up until Wooded was pretty decent for me, but once Wooded came, I kind of started going downhill after I missed like Nut Clip.
Yeah, you actually both missed Nut Clip. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I was watching.
I was shocked by that actually. I was amazed that you both missed that clip. That was
I
pretty
was
surprising
surprised
to me.
I missed it because I never usually miss it,
Mm-hmm.
so it kind of surprised me.
And Speed, how do you feel about your run?
That was not good.
Care to be
Yeah.
specific?
I whole lot of like I usually do a whole lot of like the way I'm usually successful in tournaments like this. I do what I can do and I capitalize off of people's mistakes. And that did not happen here.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like you both like if one of you made a mistake, the other would also make the mistake. With like nut clip, I feel like in cap as well. Not really like you both, not cap, but like luncheon 2, you both made pretty similar mistakes. So unfortunately, yeah, you weren't able to capitalize on Buster's mistakes. And of course, I mean Buster still got a 59-3, which is beats your PB as well. So it would have been very difficult to actually win.
Yeah. I took a pretty quick downfall in Snow and Seaside. I was really close up until then.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, with Snow, I forgot. Yeah, you missed Snowdram. That was very sad to watch.
It was a good fight. GG's.
GG.
And Buster, what can we see upcoming from you?
Hopefully some sort of PB improvement at least. 57 2x is what I'm going for at the moment. So expect to see that soon.
All right, and Speed, what can we see upcoming from you?
So SMO 1% open. That's taking priority at the moment. So tournament improvement.
All right, thank you, runners. Anything else you want to add before we head off?
No, thanks for everything. And GG's
Yeah, thanks
Buster.
for the commentary and the restream. Yeah,
You're
GG's
welcome.
again.
We're just gonna find a raid target here, probably.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Pilotech looks like. Excellent SMO gamer.